Welcome back to some more Lord of the Rings Online. In the last episode, I soloed my way through the Halls of Night instance right behind me, and now I'm just going to continue doing some of the other quests here that were given to me by the people of Oghair. I have to kill a couple more crawlers. There's one right here. Just range him down quickly here. And hopefully that's enough damage to get rid of him. Need to find one more crawler somewhere. Is that crawler really not going to bleed out? He died. Alright. We're okay. Pretty sure I swore a couple of episodes ago that I was never going to run away from an enemy like that and just hope the bleed takes care of it. But here I am again. Of course. So I'm trying to come up through here to go do this quest. Here's the last crawler that I need. Again, I'm trying to collect some of these in order to lure out some of the beasts. Alright, that's everybody. So let me go turn this in real quick and do the next branch of the quest. There's that crazy tree again. Alright, how far am I? 100 meters, not too bad. I just hate having to go in there because it's gonna kick me off my horse. Super annoying. That's alright though.
Will you be sojourning here?
The remains of these crawlers are not pleasant to smell or look upon, but trust me when I say they are a delicacy to the creatures we hunt. I will prepare the bait from this with which we can draw Bangrath and Murgrath out of hiding.
Would you lend me a moment of your time?
We have what we need to draw Bangrath and Murgrath out of hiding, Kippen. Let us travel into Nad-Nathar and use this bait to put an end to their menace. Tell me when you're prepared to make this journey. We should try not to alert the creatures to our presence or the plan will be doomed at the onset. So it's going to be a little instance here. Let me kind of get rid of some of this. Are you ready to go? We must rely on each other during this hunt, so be sure you are prepared. Pretty cool image.
Beasts, Bangrath and Murgrath, threaten the safety of the Treive-Galorg, the hillmen of Ohio. Their reign of terror must be put to an end.
Did he pronounce that Ohio? I've been saying Oghair. Apparently it's Ohio. I'll try to remember that.
Hills of Angmar are not friendly to the unwary.
I have the crawler remains you gathered, Kippen. Do you smell their awful stench? To the hill beasts, this odor will be impossible to resist. Let us begin our hunt, and we will lure Bangrath and Murgrath from hiding. Keep a watchful eye, for hill beasts will be drawn to the scent of the bait that I carry. Let us go, Kippen. Do not let the rain interfere with your concentration. We are seen, Hobbit. Steel yourself. Alright, so got a couple of brutal beasts here. Should be easily able to dispatch of them. I don't know how useful this guy is to me. There are more hill beasts approaching. He's more of a burden, really, because I gotta focus on keeping him alive. We make our stand here, by this tree. Alright, here they come. 3 of them. Should be easy if I can gather them up. Behind us, Kippen. It's gonna be a non-stop attack here. Should be alright. Again, I'm grossly over-leveled for this. We are safe for now. We must press on. So it looks like we're getting deeper into their lair, hopefully towards where the bosses are. I will put the bait on that flat stone, Kip, and ready yourself. Look at all these bones, man. This will call Bangrath and Moragrath, I am sure of it. But first we got some trash mobs here. Has to be expected. To me, Kippen, Bangrath is here. Ah, that guy doesn't look too tough. Those little horns are tiny. Just gonna put a ton of bleeds on him and let him die very quickly. Let's do a healing gambit, why not? Alright, so that's one of them down. Thus ends Bangrath. She will no longer cause us pain. But where is Moragrath? Let's see if I can find a second hill beast boss. Just following my tour guide here. He obviously knows what he's doing. Hold, Kippen, I hear footsteps approaching. Let's see, I don't see anything. Stay alert. The Trav Duverdine are not to be trusted. I thought I smelled the odor of the Trav Galorg here. And you thought it was just the smell of Hillbeast. You are not worthy of notice, Drosten. I will not sully my blade with your blood. Strong words from a coward such as you, Nazgûl. You have not called for the Clucath against us. You trembled at the memory of their strength. Drosten, we have to go. Something comes. I think I hear the beast. I hope this hobby can fight, Nazgûl. You are on your own. So there is Moragrath. Not too bad, about the same HP as the other one. Yeah, really not too bad of a little monster here. There we go. Moragrath is defeated. We are victorious, Kippen, despite the interference of Drosten. We have done very well this day, Kippen, despite the interference of the Trav Duverdine. Tell me if you are ready to return to my campsite. I will not speak of Drosten and his ilk until we are safely out of danger.
Will you be sojourning here?
The Trav Duverdine and the Trav Galorg were once one people, but over the years they grew apart, splintered as tribes sometimes do. There was always hope we would one day be reconciled, but that hope now is gone. Drosten spoke of Clucath, a ceremonial combat that was once used to determine the ruling order of the various tribes. The last Clucath was called many years ago, and Nasan, the warrior of the Trav Galorg, was slain. But this is not the time to speak of such things. Our victory over the Hill Beast should not be tainted by such unhappy memories. The Hill Beast? That doesn't make sense. You have aided me with my femme, and that brings honor to the both of us. Go now to my sister Rona and tell her that I shall soon return to Oghair. Where did you say she was? The center island of Oghair? East of Cranog's ruling seat? That is where you will find her now, I expect. Go with thanks and do not worry about Drosten's cruel taunts. His is an unworthy people. Alright, so time to ride back into Oghair. Or O'Hare, I guess is how it's pronounced. I don't know if I like that. Makes it harder on me having to remember all the proper pronunciations of everything. That's one thing I struggle with in this series, is just trying to pronounce everything. Still got some of my buffs active from the last episode. Again, I got a ton of these scroll things from the daily silver chest that I can open. And I've just been hoarding them, so I figured I might have used them in the last episode to help me solo that instance. Thankfully, the timer on these things are gameplay time, so you can log out and come back on, and the timer will be exactly where you left it. Which is generous, I suppose. Alright, so I got a ton of quests to turn in here. First things first, let me try to turn in some tasks. Let me see what I have here. I don't really have too much stuff, so I might hoard and come turn in tasks a little bit later. Alright, so let me work around the periphery first.
Will you be sojourning here?
Nazgûl is safe, and you have helped bring his femme to fruition. I am delighted that this is so. I will tell Crannog of this at once. You have my thanks and my good wishes, Kippen, and Nazgûl's as well. I am sure of it. We of the Trev Galorg do not forget such deeds as you have done.
Greetings, Sauron.
You have returned alive from Tor Galvin, and I am delighted to see it. The standards no longer fly above the fortress. I will tell Crannog of your victory over the Trev Duverdine, but for my part I am satisfied and call you friend.
The hills of Angmar are not friendly to the unwary.
I rejoice at your victory, Kippen. I knew I was right to give you my trust. The Trev Duverdine will surely see that you have done what they should have, and will feel remorse at their failing. Alright, couple more here. Let me turn in the Halls of Night one from the previous episode. What you describe is difficult to take in. As a child, I always expected one day to discover grandfather had returned with a cart of gold and jewels parked in a stable. As I grew older, I became filled with other feelings, anger, sadness, regret. To hear that you have spoken with him, I am not sure how I now feel. You must have my sincerest thanks for all that you have done. Right, and then let's do this.
Will you be sojourning here?
You have done very well, Kippen. I will tell Crannog of your service and polish these dull bloodstones to the sheen they deserve. They will then be used in the crafts of my people. Alright, so let's talk to the chief once more. Hopefully he is pleased with all the work that I've done. Or maybe he'll send me on another set of quests. Probably the latter.
The hills of Angmar are not friendly to the unwary.
Your tale grows with every challenge I set before you, Kippen. Many of my people call you friend, and I count you now among my people, Sauron. There's always more to be done, and those of the Booth-Sunkas will welcome you to their service. The Booth-Sunkas is southeast of the market of Augher. Your path does not end here, Kippen, it begins. Of course it does.
It has been long since we've known peace.
Long have I served my people as chieftain, and I have given many dozens of femme to those of age among my people, and to those few travelers I deem worthy of calling friend. It is a heavy burden, for a femme is not to be granted lightly. If it is beyond the reach of one to whom it is assigned, the blame falls upon me as the chieftain. I give to you now your femme. I give to Kippen, hobbit from the south, this femme, to begin the rite of Clukath, the ancient privilege and burden of the Trev Galorg. It has been long since the last Clukath has been called, and the memory of the last is grim. But its time has come again. Thus is Kippen's femme given. Wraith will tell you what this femme involves, Kippen. Speak with him at once and begin. Alright, so I have the honor of having the blood duel here, instead of the chieftain. What a pansy.
You risk your life to come here.
I am happy that Crannog has given you a femme, Kippen, but I am surprised that he has chosen you to begin the rite of the Clukath. In ages past, each of the tribes selected a warrior to fight on its behalf in a ceremonial combat called a Clukath. The victorious tribe was understood to become the leader of all the others until such time as another Clukath was called. It has been many years since the last, during which the Trev Duverdine violated the laws of mercy required by the ceremony and slew our champion. North of Augher is a hilltop where the Clukath has always been held. The place is called Fail a Crow. Travel to Fail a Crow and when you reach it, you must turn northeast. After some distance, you will see a line of torches ascending another slope. Atop this final slope lies the Cairn of Honor. Climb the cairn to retrieve the stone of the Clukoth from atop it. Then bring the stone to Cranog. We must trust our chieftain. If he believes that the time has come for Clukoth, he surely has some knowledge we do not. Alright. So I have to venture pretty far just to grab a stone in order to be able to summon this so-called duel. Let's see how far this thing is. It's pretty far, about 1,000 meters. And it looks like I see a quest ring here. Some more quests have opened up.
There are many urgent matters to discuss.
Welcome, Kippen, to the Boothsenkus of Oghair. This is where we pass down stories of the lost days and preserve the tales of our people. Now that you are a friend of the Trav Galorg, it is your duty to carry on this tradition as well. A great trove of bloodstones was stolen from us by the Trav Duverdine before your arrival at Oghair. It is a tale that deserves a better ending. Go now to Tor Galvine, northeast of Oghair, and reclaim the trove. They have already been to this fortress and are well suited to weaving a proper end to this tale. The trove will likely be kept in an out-of-the-way corner somewhere within Tor Galvine. Use caution as you go and search every corner for the stolen trove. I'm really dry, that's why my voice sounds weird. I need some water.
We will not bow down to the Iron Crown.
Kippen, you said? I've heard of your deeds, for the people here speak of little else. I've just run from the city of Dunkovad, far to the north, Give me a moment to catch my breath. Thank you, Kippen. It was my fem to recover nuggets of silver from the orcs that now occupy Dunkovad. And though I did gather an armload, it is not enough. The Ongbers are paid in silver for their cruelty. We must take it from them, both as a remembrance of their victims and as an aid to those still with us. Travel to Dunkovad, the city in the western hills far to the north of Oghair. The Ongbers have erected a great palisade in front of the city, but if you can make it past the barrier, many of the orcs beyond will carry silver nuggets. Collect several armloads of these and bring them here to me, and I will rest in the meantime. Alright, so I'll do all your dirty work and you can chill out and relax.
It has been long since we have known peace.
This, the Boothsenkus, has witnessed many tales, both tragic and triumphant, for the songs of the Trav Galorg record all things. Many of my people have perished while testing their bravery and seeking to leave a glorious legacy, and their stories are passed from one another here at the Boothsenkus. Bloodwing, the mightiest of the drakes of Nen Nether, has claimed many lives and of such glory seekers. She perches atop the great cliffs north of Oghair and rules her brood of drakes with sharp teeth and cruel talons. The tale will be great indeed if you and your allies can best the Bloodwing and her brood. Travel north to Nen Nether and climb past the lower slopes where hill beasts roam and seek out Bloodwing atop the hills. She is a mighty foe not to be challenged lightly. Your tale will be better for it. Alright. There's a lot of quests here. I like these hillmen because they have a pretty rich culture, and I like that all the quests kind of flesh their entire perspective out. I think it's kind of cool. But it's finally time to head north out of here and continue doing some of the quests. I don't see any other quest rings in my minimap. So there's a ton of work to do. I gotta kill 14 drakes and also the matron. Looks like she may be up here somewhere. Let me take a look at the map. I'm always for killing drakes, that's always fun. Question is, how do I climb all the way up there? I think I vaguely remember this quest in the past. Bloodwing. It definitely required a fellowship, and that's probably why I remember it. So definitely not through here. Let me see. Not entirely sure what I'm doing here. There we go. Here are some drakes. Alright, so let me start killing them. So these are actually pretty hefty. 9,000 HP. So it may take me a little while to do this quest. But I'll surely do it. I'm gonna do some healing gambits just for the heck of it. So 14 of these, it's definitely gonna take a while. I might head up to the top and kill the boss first. And then as I make my way down, I'll kill however many more drakes I need. That may be a little bit more efficient. Alright. So at one point here, I'm gonna have to stop doing what I've always been doing and actually read up on some of my gambits and kind of change how I'm doing things, because I'm still doing the same rotation of gambits that I've been doing since several seasons ago, and that may not be the most optimal thing to do. So let me try to climb all the way to the top and see if I can find the Mother Matron here. Don't really see where I can climb any higher. Maybe through over there. So let me gently slide down here and come up this way. And looks like there's a pretty good path winding up. Maybe through here. No, this is a dead end, so let me kind of ride deeper in and hopefully it takes me up. Yeah, so pretty steep climb right here, looks like. And you can see that if you're doing this on level, you have to fight through a lot of enemies to get to where you're going. So this quest can be quite challenging if you're doing it as intended. And they tend to cluster up too, as you can see. So it's kind of hard to isolate them and fight one at a time. Alright, so another steep climb here. And looks like I may have reached the mother nest. Definitely. So Bloodwing has 24,000 HP. Got some corpses here. Got some eggs. And got these treasure caches. Which, as you know, I can't do these deeds until level 90. So I'm going to have to come back to these regions. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. Gonna get started with just a bunch of bleeds. And this dragon is pissed off. I guess it's a drake, not really proper to call it a dragon. So surprisingly, it does a decent amount of damage. But it's almost dead, so it's not going to last very much longer. It's going to try to shoot me back again. No. Let me do a little bit of healing. Not that I'm going to need it. And looks like one of the babies has come out. Was almost able to interrupt that induction, but my combination was on cooldown. Alright, so should be dying pretty soon here. The end of Bloodwing. That is one dead Drake. Perfect. So now I'm just gonna fight about 9 of these on my way down. And I don't know where all these are coming from, but I'll fight them, no worries. In fact, it's more efficient to fight 2 at once. And actually, let me go ahead and do some healing gambits. I wasn't paying attention to my health. Dropped down quite a little bit here. Alright, so got a good amount of healing happening. Throw a safeguard, there we go. Just so I can get some extra little bonuses there. Alright. And let's just fight some drakes. Let me get these 2 together. That way I can use the AoEs efficiently. Little bit of healing. Alright, and let's do some more damage. It's a fine balance between healing and doing damage. Because ultimately the best defense is an offense. You want to get these enemies down and killed before they put too much damage on you. That's my theory, at least. Alright, so that is 5 of them. See if I can grab another couple here. Let me see if I can bunch them up. They kind of want to range me, which is a problem. There you go, that's gonna work. And put a couple bleeds on them. And then a little bit of healing. Alright, perfect. A little bit more healing is in order. Alright, excellent. Then let me see if I can grab those 2 right here. See, I want to kind of have him fish through me so that we can have some melee. See, this is bad. This is not what I want. I don't want to get stuck between the 2 of them getting fireballed. Come on now. Yeah, this is bad. I'm gonna have to abandon hope here and just start doing 1 at a time. Go ahead and use a potion. This is really bad. Let's do a persevere and focus on healing gambits. Alright. And let me put a bleed on this guy. Alright. And then do that. More healing. Should be fine. I just spent too much time being stuck in between the both of them, trying to bunch them up so that I could AoE them down a little bit faster. That's alright. Once I recognize that I'm in trouble, I'm usually able to maintain my HP at that same level. Alright, let me just knock this one out by itself. gonna do a little bit of healing so I can get back up to full health. I feel like I haven't been up to full health in quite a while. Alright. Do that. A little bit more bleeding. There we go. Need 4 more. It's a slow process because they got a ton of HP, but we're getting there. Slowly and surely. Alright. Really? I have not been stunned once by these guys, but apparently they can stun you. Alright. 3 more. See the next victim straight up ahead. Let's go ahead and take him out. And then I'll try to double up for the last 2. Gonna get a few healing gambits going. That way I can be recovering HP as I'm doing the next fight. I think I'm gonna pick up these 2 as this one walks by it. That way they're both in the same range. And I don't have to worry about having to maneuver them together for the AoEs. Alright, so that's gonna work pretty well. Got a little bit of healing going. I'm lagging a little bit here. That's definitely not me just kind of chilling out. It's a little bit of lag. That's alright. And let me do a final few gambits here to get rid of these dudes. Perfect. So 14 out of 14. Excellent. So actually, I think that this is a good stopping point for this episode, finishing up here with the Drakes. I still have a lot of quests to do, but past the 30-minute mark now. So in the next episode, I'm just going to continue doing some quests and moving on. I'm pretty excited about this bunch here, especially the blood duel here for the Klukoth. That's going to be really fun. So I hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, be sure to leave a like on the video. It helps small channels like mine to grow. Share the series with your LOTRO friends. Share it with people in your kinship. If you know somebody you think would enjoy this, why not share it with them? Anyways, that's enough promotion. I'll see you guys next time for some more quests.